And then it's our big pleasure to introduce the keynote speaker today, who is Norbert Schnell. And it's really an honor that you accepted the invitation, since you are the founder of the WAC, which was the first time in 2015 in Paris. And the talk today will be on our past, present, and future with web audio technologies, a participatory keynote address. Please enjoy the keynote. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess you can imagine how proud I am that we're all here and the WAC is still there. I mean, of course, the first WAC was special because it was the first one, and the second was special because it was the second one, and you know, from the third one, we thought, well, this will be an annual thing, and then, you know, and so on. And Trondheim, 2019 was the first one we knew where it will take place before the last one, right? We already knew in Berlin. That was the first time that we knew in advance when it will be the next time, and we know already where it is in 2020, and it will be revealed. I mean, I guess there are rumors today, no? Today, no? I guess so, it's today. Anyway, so I'm very proud, and I would like to thank tomorrow it will be announced, yes, everybody who was involved in this, and of course, there are lots of faces we see each year, and thank you very much to having made this an annual international conference that I can be so proud. Of course, I co-founded this with Samuel Goldschmidt. We are here at the first WAC at IRCAM. And yeah, well, he left the field, you know, he's now working for maybe he's online. Hi, Samuel, I miss you. And he left the field. He is now working for the digital transformation of the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Energy and stuff like that. Anyway, so let's do this. So a participatory keynote means that it's not me who speaks, but you. And there's already a URL. I will explain that in detail. I guess I owe you a little explanation. You know, I'm invited to prepare this keynote, and then I say, oh no, it's you. Well, you know, here's the address. I'm coming from the music side, as many of us, I guess, in this community. There may be some others. And, you know, I'm a musikinger. And if you don't know this citation of Christopher Small, I'm happy to file it to you. I will read it. The act of music, you know, there are two definitions of what music is, right? And this is the second, and it contains the first, which is the organized sound, of course, by Edgar Varèse. So the act of musicking, of making music, right, establishes in the place where it is happening a set of relationships, and it is in those relationships that the meaning of the act of music making lies. The relationships are to be found not only between those organized sounds, the chords and the melodies and the voices, which are conventionally thought of as the stuff of musical meaning, but also between the people who are taking part in whatever capacity, as producers, listeners, performers, people showing the seats in the dark, whatever capacity in the performance. And they model or stand as a metaphor for ideal relationships between person and person, between individual and society, between humanity and the natural world, and even perhaps the supernatural world. This is what music is about, right? And if we look at our musical practices, we see weird metaphors, right? I mean, if we ignore this, it's almost every time this man, sometimes a woman conducting, which is a metaphor of unique leadership and genius and dictatorship, maybe. If we ignore that one, of course, it's a very, very beautiful metaphor of polyphony, diversity, collaboration, complex rule systems, and joyful and constructive, harmonious, such a choir or orchestra. But you know, I've played, I can tell you, it's all fake. It's written down to the little detail in advance. They practice until they almost know it by heart. They read it from the paper. It's all fake. All these beautiful interactions of different voices played by different instruments are fake. Sorry to give you the bad news. What this metaphor stands for, come on. What is this here? It looks, for me, you know, I grew up in Germany. It looks like this, doesn't it? Jesus. So what about this? I think it has something like that, you know, it's these superheroes, super skilled, super creative, super, you know. Anyway, so I'm one of the people who think that the World Wide Web makes this world a better place, despite Facebook and these things. And of course, only if we can contain our lostness and confusion and fear from this plurality, diversity of the world, right, that is coming into our screens. Anyway, so once this is said, I, of course, can't stand here and give a keynote address, you know. And we should do this together. So my only competence in doing this, I gained in the field of music, doing workshops with people, improvising with their mobile phones, or collaborating with musical dictators, make them listening to the public and empowering the audience to play little instruments and make sound all together. Or doing experience like this where everybody would have a mobile phone and a headphone, and if you are alone in your corner you would have a little track to play or a little instrument to play, and if you come close to somebody you can group and everybody hears what everybody is doing when you just stick your mobile phones together. You can group together and jam and go to other people and take and create other groups and so on. Or this one is Grainfield. Actually, we did it the day before yesterday, right? We did it on audio mostly in London. This is the first performance at the Music Tech Fest in Berlin. And we did this one, which is 88 Fingers that we did in London at the WAC 2, where 88 people playing on the band. And anyway, this is the experience I have. And from this, what I did is creating a little web system that allows us to collaborate on this keynote together. So I count on you. There are the instructions. I need your help from now. Please, you will speak. The system is designed in a way that you can listen. You know, the one thing I learned from this participatory things we tried out is that participation is not so much about this active-passive thing, right? It's not so much about that people you would kind of denounce as having been passive in a concert situation or something would now be active. It's not about that. It's about actually the attention people shift from a common object of interest towards each other. So this is all about, you know, being attentive to each other instead of to me being here. I will stay a little around here to have an eye on the server. No, I can't see it, so I will sit down there. And yeah, please participate. I can count how many people are connected. and I will just start this. Yeah, so there are some people who will help with the microphone. Can you come up, please? I will give you my microphone, and then I will hand it out to you. So we can do a little kind of rehearsal, right? So I will ask one of you, and just one of you, can you just reload the page to the initialization? No, you just... So we have, for now, one mic open, and I will start this thing, and you can request... Okay, so now they will compete. There's one thing, one mobile phone where it's written, should have made a little bing, and there's written, raise your hand. Who has that? Yeah, so raise your hand, please. And then you will get a mic. And then you get a question. And if you don't like it, you just push your screen and you will have another question. You know, this is just, yeah, do this, boom.
I slept well.
Like, you know, if you don't like a question, can you show how you touch your screen to change the question? Yeah, and so on, right? And you know, and they're just inspired. If you want to tell us anything else, just do it, please. You know, it's a participatory keynote. It's your responsibility and your choice what you will tell us, right? And this is just, you know, for getting some inspiration. You can scroll through some questions. These are just the warm-up questions, right? We will enter the serious mode right away. And yeah, that's kind of it. So while somebody is talking, other people turn on your audio, so it makes bing, bing, bing. Don't listen to the bing, bing, bing. The system is designed that you can listen to the others, and eventually it make bing, and you will ask to raise your hand, and then you get a mic, and then you wait that your screen is red and says it's your turn, and then you can participate, and the rest of the time you can listen to the others. This is the design criteria number one for the system, that you have your mind free to talk. And, you know, as the last one says, embrace doubt, hesitation, and silence. You know, if you don't feel that you have something to say all of a sudden, don't say anything. It's not, you know, it's okay. We are all here. We can listen to each other breathing, and I think we will have a great moment too. Okay? Let's try this. So I will just push 2 buttons and won't intervene ever again, apart from afterwards, just stop it. We have 20 minutes. I go like this. Bring up the serious questions. You enter your thing. I give you this mic. Here we go. What's that? That's not good at all. Sorry. Starts. Let's try it. Maybe it works. You don't like the question?
I don't like the question. Oh.
The question is always there.
Oh, we're always there. Okay, never here. Ooh. My friends think the web audio is awesome. It's a great feel and an awesome community, actually. Yeah.
I don't have green.
I've got a green phone here.
You must raise your hand when it's written on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. What if you have a red phone?
No, but mine is not green. It's black.
But there's a green.
Yeah, well, anyway.
Come on, guys. Just follow the instructions. I can't do more. Okay.
There's enough.
Your hand on the mic. And your foot.
Okay, you can start.
And it will get red.
Wait.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh,
Yeah, just right.
that's a beautiful question. I have the whole opportunity here. Maybe I should hand the mic over to Francisco here. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. It's great to see all the art happening here, the music and the interesting experiments. So the more kind of practice-based work, the better, I think. But of course, it's nice to have theory and engineering as well.
Okay.
But I can answer.
No, but just it's your turn. Right?
Well, I don't know what happened. It just like turned green, and then what should I do?
Yeah. No, you should be connected and then go on.
Touch the screen.
Are you on the right network?
Doesn't work.
Changing only. Yeah. Just connect to the API, I guess.
What should I do? Okay. My web audio dreams. Make it work like native.
My message to the web audio community.
And then if you
Maybe I will
you
change that one. I don't know.
Yeah, it should come. It should pop up like a thing, and then you just
I cannot. I don't know. Something happened.
something.
Yeah. So I have to answer now, I guess. So I have to get some.
Yeah, I can, if you just request one time more.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I'll let her.
The thing you would like to change in the web audio API. Well, maybe, I don't know, change, but like just make it at least like that you can make add it to native. I'm doing apps with React Native. That could be good to be able to do apps like with web audio.
I have a yellow screen. A goldenrod screen.
Did you click?
Do I hit it again? No? Mine's like a nice mustard yellow. What is that?
Anyone has a red screen?
Ah, okay. I don't
Because mine is red.
Where's the red screen?
It's me.
Who did you give your mic to? And you have the red screen?
No, I have
Yes,
a
the
yellow
yellow
screen.
It's the mismatch here.
So who has the red screen?
But she has the please raise your hand still. Yes. So I think
Hers is still green.
Let's embrace the doubt, hesitation, and silence.
okay.
Oh no, what I hate. Can I change question? Oh, the sound of web audio is good, as you can see. As you might have heard yesterday, very good examples of web audio. And I think there's a nice ecosystem of applications that can actually demonstrate that. And it's getting better with audio worklet, you know, threading. Yeah.
Boy, for me, how I got to know the Web Audio API was through various projects that popped up online, lots of searching, and then eventually Chris Lowe's Web Audio Weekly, and just being able to find different projects and then look at what they were doing.
So, question? And it's gone.
Oh. Oh.
Shall I just give another request? Now it's green.
We're all struggling.
Your web audio friends, you are all my web audio friends. I don't have anyone else in Turkey, so. Thank you for being here.
Are you raising your hand? Yeah, so that's me.
Oh. This one is tricky because actually I think in terms of all my personal experience on concerts using web audio, I think might be one that happened yesterday because this there was a lot of interesting things, but yeah, I think that top one right now would be from Thor, Chris, and Francisco actually, right now. But yeah, also I haven't seen that much web audio performances, web audio only based performances. But yeah.
Okay, something about web audio. Just that it's awesome. I mean, I don't think we'd all be here if it wasn't, but I think it's something really, really revolutionary in terms of how we can actually do stuff. Should be kind of cool.
All right, my current web projects. Well, I did a spectral analysis thing, and I'm thinking that it would be really cool to make it on WebGL shaders. So maybe that, but also trying to make an online thing where you connect to the website and really listen to stuff generated based on the WebSocket data. And I'm struggling with it, not really working well on mobile, just crashing. So I wish that could be better, maybe for me, or I would be better. That'd be also good. Yeah.
I got my cell phone to work. So yeah, my first web audio project wasn't that long ago. It was trying to run ambisonics and just mess with it a little bit and just make a 3D feel of my head. But yeah, I think that small project is actually online, somewhere hidden in my website, but interesting early experiments. Yeah.
No?
Oh, it's me again. Oh my God. How can this be? How do you explain web audio to small children? Well, as I would explain another framework of audio, but just on the browser, which is something everybody uses nowadays, I think. It's meant to be simple also, to explain to children.
Yeah, you must color this thing, Do you have a red screen?
Now it's
Don't
yellow.
talk if you don't have a red screen. So it was his turn.
Yeah, but we...
Anyway.
No, but it was green.
Yeah, but not red. When it's written, it's your turn. It's your turn.
So I should.
Isn't that great? So just if you tap on your phone, you get a new question.
Yeah, it's not me, I'm green.
Now he has raised your hand, but he had already...
Okay, so just let's go. I'm sure it works if you just...
So I think...
Go to that. Hmm? Just on a green screen.
It's green and black.
Broke the system. That's what I do. Oh, okay. Let's start again, Bob.
Please raise your hand.
Yeah, raise your hand. You get the mic. Who has the yellow screen on the helper?
Green.
Please raise your hand. So you raise your hand.
Yeah.
You somebody
I'll come.
gives them the mic.
You want?
Simple rules. Don't speak.
Oh, that's a horrible question. Yeah, I'm choosing now. Oh, how much time have we got? I guess the main one for me of a message, if we want to get deep into everything, is to ensure that we keep working together on this project. I mean, I've been lucky enough to come to every single, well, all apart from the last one in Berlin, and it's always incredible the amount of work that we all do. So I guess my thing to say is just to keep ensuring that we work together on trying to make this better, because I think there's still a long way to go in the standard, in browsers, in what we can all achieve. So I guess the message is let's keep doing this. Let's keep enjoying this. This is good fun. I like breaking stuff. Give me stuff to break.
But I have no question now. Yeah. My wishes. So hopefully web audio will conquer the world of audio. How would you explain web audio to your grandmother? It's the thing we use to make music on the phone.
I'm going to answer that question. The error that I make all the time when using web audio is trusting that everybody in the audience is going to understand what I asked them to do. and I don't know if that's necessarily a problem. It's just something I have to know beforehand. It was,
Okay, I actually accidentally pressed the screen, but it's fine. And this is a good question. Your new live coding language in WebAudio. This gibberish, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, gibberish something thing. It was inspired by Tidal. I think the UI was great actually, and it's nice to see like this integration of visual interface with actual live coding. I was waiting for this actually. Never tried to implement it myself, but still good to see it's done by someone else. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good direction for live coding, integration of like some kind of more advanced visualization with the actual text-based interface. So yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, thanks.
The feature you would like to add to the web audio API the most urgently? The ability to change the tempo during the runtime. The ability to change tempo. So we had some presentation yesterday, and people were complaining about the need to change the buffers when you try to play with the tempo. I think that is the very useful feature for the web audio.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure if this worked. It surely showed two difficulties. One is to make participation run, and the other is to build a system that works on all smartphones and manages these questions queues. I think there's somewhere a little bug. We had moments where it got stuck. I really have the impression, and other moments where people were tired to participate. But anyway, thank you very much for this first experience I had of this genre, and you maybe too. And I think there is potential. Thank you very much.